Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. If you could please direct your attention to the first base dugout and home plate area as we begin our Senior Day ceremony. These incredible young men have continued to help shape CUC baseball and a culture that will sustain itself. Today we would like to honor them for all of their buy-in, hard work, and dedication. First, a couple of words from head coach Colin Connor.
Hold on, Jim. It's not coming through.
All right, apologize for the interruption there. First, a couple of words from head coach Colin Connor. Every year we have to say goodbye to another group. I really enjoy Senior Day because you get to see how special this experience is for the players, but you also get to see a ton of proud parents. You get to see tears of joy, and lastly, you get to see guys be great teammates and understand that what we do in this program is a special thing. It truly warms my heart every year. It is just another chapter in the amazing story you get to write in this awesome book that we call life. This group consists of 3 4-year guys, 1 5th-year guy, 1 6th-year guy, and 5 transfers. We have used the phrase, "this group is special," all year. What makes them special is their buy-in and willingness to create a culture that we know will recycle itself moving forward. So much of that is due to what they have helped create and the lessons that they have both learned and taught. This group has been by my side through all the ups and downs and everything in between. As a head coach, we've had some great groups, but this one will be very, very missed. I will always be grateful for their investment in me and this program. It's guys like them that make it exciting to show up every day and keep moving forward. With that, I would like to say thank you to each of you and to your families. Today we are fortunate to recognize these 10 seniors. First up, number 3, Jackson Brigham. Jackson is from just up the street in Rolling Meadows and is accompanied by his mother Noel, father Mike, and his girlfriend Marissa. Jackson has played in 5 games with 7 innings pitched and 7 strikeouts. Coach Connor has this to say about Jackson. Jackson came to us from Oakton Community College. He is a deep thinker and an excellent competitor. Deep down, he is a big sweetheart that has a sharp mind in life and the way he sees the game. He is also one of the most fashionable people you will ever meet. His journey has not been the easiest since he has been with us. He has had a setback or two due to his arm, but with that, he has battled back to get himself in a spot that has allowed him to get back on the mound and be there for himself and his teammates. Although the setback was not ideal, it was fun to watch his road back. He developed a new level of care for his body, and he also developed great relationships with guys on the team. It was cool to see him get extremely close with guys like Bryce Jones, Connor Fitzgerald, and Connor Jerkaitis, and a teammate once again in Brendan Holloway. He and Coach Smith had several great talks about how he could and would overcome these setbacks. He has a great family and girlfriend who love and support him dearly, and I know he appreciates and thinks the world of them. Jackson is going to be an educator after he graduates and has been coaching for top-tier travel programs for a while now. We know that he will be a great coach and how great of a competitor he is. We wish you nothing but the best, and we are pumped to produce another coach and teacher out of the CUC baseball program. Jackson Brigham. Number 10, Michael Kasich. Mike is from Chandler, Arizona, and is accompanied by his mother Sandy, father Kevin, brother Nathan, and girlfriend Leah. He has played in 126 games with a career batting average of .327. Mike has scored 98 runs for the Cougars and recorded 21 home runs. Kasich has collected a list of accolades as a Cougar, including NAC All-Conference First Team, CSC Academic All-American, and ABCA Rawlings All-Region. Coach Connor has this to say about Mike. Mike came to us from the Grand Canyon State. He is a quiet, calm, smart, and collected guy. He and I see the game and the world in a way that is scary similar. Having him on the field is like having an additional coach who is also extremely good at baseball. I also have to add, he is the best defensive first baseman I have ever coached. The funny part about Mike is he is another guy that we recruited to be a pitcher that ended up being a heck of a position player. He walks out of here a two-time all-conference and all-region first baseman. Not bad for a left-handed pitcher. The way his game looks may not be the prettiest, but he has always found a way to get it done. He has done just about everything we have asked along the way as well. Growing up, he had a heck of a coach, his dad, who taught him about the fundamentals of the game and made sure he learned to play it the right way. I always really enjoyed the conversations with the Kasich family, and I am very thankful that you trusted us and allowed for him to come play for us. It has been so fun to watch him grow up and grow into a man that can have fun and give guys a hard time while doing it. He reminds me daily to enjoy the game, and I am thankful to have him as one of our leaders. He is a man of few words, but when he talks, people listen. I will miss you dearly, but let's win some more games before you get on out of here. Thank you for sticking by my side and seeing this thing through. You have helped me get this thing back to where it's supposed to be, and I appreciate that more than you will ever know. Mike is earning his bachelor's degree in accounting, and a huge thank you to the Kasich family. Michael Kasich. Number 17, Connor Fitzgerald. Connor is from Chicago and is accompanied by his mother, Jen, and his father, Todd. He has appeared in 19 games with 19 and a third innings pitched, recording 13 strikeouts. Coach Connor has this to say about Connor. Connor was our third guy that we got from Harper College just up the road, and his road the last 2 years has been pretty cool. He's a city kid that can adapt pretty well in any environment, and he's a sweet talker for sure. Last year, his innings and success on the mound were limited, but at last year's exit meeting in the spring, we sat down and walked through some things. We talked about what he wanted to get out of this experience and who he is. We also talked about what he had to do to get there. Very much to his credit, he took that conversation to heart and put it to light. He made baseball, his teammates, and his schoolwork the priority, and that is what you have seen on the field this year. He is a good dude who loves the boys and also loves to mess with them. He is a good competitor with a cool demeanor on the mound and in life. I think his laid-back style gets misunderstood at times, but I think he has done a great job this year of finding a new gear and showing that he really does care. We have enjoyed having him and really enjoy him taking our coaching and conversations to heart. He has been a huge part of our bullpen this year, and we very much look forward to what he chooses next. Connor is earning his bachelor's in health science, and a huge thank you to him and his family. Connor Fitzgerald. Number 18, Yashawn Boswell. Yashawn is from Linwood, Illinois, and is accompanied by his mother, Arkita, his stepfather, Daniel, and his aunt, Fiona. He has played in 69 games and recorded his first career home run this year against North Park. With a career batting average of .314, Yashawn has recorded 69 hits, including 12 doubles. Coach Connor has this to say about Yashawn. Yaya is one of the silliest, happiest, and smiliest players I have ever coached. He uplifts his teammates by the infectious, happy energy he brings. It reminds everyone to have fun and enjoy the game. 95% of the time he is in that mode, and his teammates love him for it. The other 5% is where he allows his teammates and coaches to do what he normally does for them. An important thing to note is that his favorite player is Reed Benner. Yaya is a man who is built on trust and consistency. Once you gain his trust by your consistency, you are golden with him. Coaching him has been a joy, and he has taught me so much about patience and consistency. He listens extremely well, and it has been very fun to watch him grow on the field. His approach to the game and life is as simple as it gets. He has taken every type of coaching I have given him, and he has changed the way he plays this game for me and the program, and I am extremely thankful for that. Thanks for playing hard and listening. He plans to be a firefighter in the city when he is done with school. Thank you to the Brown family and your love and support for Yashawn. He loves you and is grateful for all you have done for him. He is going to earn his degree in sports management. Yashawn Boswell. Number 19, Eli Hickman. He's from Rensselaer, Indiana, and is accompanied by his mother, Jody, father, Ken, brother, Hunter, sister, Riley, sister-in-law, Maggie, and his two lovely nieces, Tatum and Tegan. Eli has played in 157 games, recording 26 doubles, 9 triples, and 6 home runs on 128 hits, while earning NAC All-Conference accolades, as well as ABCA Division III Region All-Defensive Team. Coach Connor has this to say about Eli. Eli is from a place that connects to our family on a deep level. Rensselaer is a place that afforded me the opportunity to be the head coach here. Rensselaer is a place full of some of the best people in the world. Eli is a worker through and through. When you have a wrestling background and parents in education and administration, that is exactly what you get. He has been through it all since walking on campus, and he has grown tremendously over the last 5 years. From being a freshman from a small town, to a Tommy John surgery, to a fifth-year GA for the exercise science department, it has been fun to watch. He started out as a lead-by-example guy and has turned into a guy that can be vocal and have the hard conversations when need be. He handles a lot of responsibility for us in the program as one of our leaders and for the university. It has been impressive to see him handle all of that and start every day for us. He is currently 15 games away from breaking into the top 10 in games played. As you scroll through the record books of Cougar baseball, his name is recurring. He has been a staple in center field for a long time for the Cougars. He is going to be a graduate assistant for us next year, and we are fortunate to keep him on board for at least one more year. He has already earned his bachelor's degree in exercise science, and he is currently pursuing his master's in exercise sports performance. A huge, huge thank you to the Hickmans for all of their support over the years and being the top communicator between me and the families. I know Eli and I appreciate your trips to so many of the games, no matter what the distance. Eli Hickman. Number 23, Tyler Dorsch. Tyler is from Phoenix, Arizona, and is accompanied by his mother, Vicki, father, Russell, and sister, Haley. As a Cougar, he has recorded 20 home runs, 103 RBIs, 28 doubles, 6 triples, and 131 runs scored. Dorsch leaves the program with multiple NACC All-Conference recognition, as well as ABCA Rawlings All-Region recognition. Coach Connor has this to say about Tyler. Tyler Dorsch, the changes you have made since your freshman year may be some of the biggest I have ever seen as a head coach. You came in a young man excited and ready to start a new chapter, but that chapter did not start the way that you expected or wanted. That freshman summer, it became clearer you had a mission, and it all started in the weight room. Strength equaled confidence, which would next lead to success. The third year is when you dove even more into your faith, and that faith has led to who you are becoming now. You are as stubborn as an ox, but on the other side, you have one of the kindest hearts there is. A hitter as pure as they come, and an outfielder that learned how to do it out there. Two-time All-Conference, one-time All-Region player, whose name sits right next to number 19 in the record books. You are another one who has taught me about patience and the ability to lean on my faith. From Mr. Peru is one of the pillars of this university. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for the investment you have poured into me, this program, and your teammates. You have transformed into a leader that prioritizes highly the importance of being a good living example. The program has gotten better because of you, and we look forward to your next chapter. To the Dorsch family, you were always there, even when you were thousands of miles away. Thanks for the love, support, and belief in this thing. It means the world to me. You raised a great kid who has become a man. Tyler Dorsch. Number 31, Malachi Mabins. Malachi is from Kankakee, Illinois, and is accompanied by his mother Yvette and dad Kevin. He has faced 3 batters as a Cougar and been an important leader for the program. Coach Connor has this to say about Malachi. Malachi is a man of few words. He is hardworking, smart, and a faith-driven man. He is raised by 2 amazing parents that are kind and loving. He is the definition of lead by example and one of the best humans I know. I have always been a huge fan of his and have admired his consistency in baseball, but also in school and his faith. He may be one of the best humans I know and is a fantastic teammate. I am both intrigued and excited to see where his path goes next. He is a huge NBA fan and a sneaky big Bulls fan. He and I have always had nice conversations about the NBA, and we both share a liking for Nikola Jokic. Thank you for being you and staying the course with us, even when it was not always easy. Thank you to the Mabins family. Malachi earned his bachelor's in sports management and is getting his master's in the same. He plans to do something in sports on the business side. Whoever gets to hire him is very lucky because he works very hard and is very smart. Malachi Mabins. Number 36, Dax Meyer. He is from Lombard, Illinois, and is accompanied by his mother, Crescent, and father, Kirk. Dax has played in 15 games with 17 innings pitched and 14 strikeouts. Coach Connor has this to say about Dax. Before I recruited Dax, I had the chance to talk to his longtime travel coach. This guy is very honest and straight up when he talks to people. For those of you that don't know, that works out great for me. When I talked to his travel coach, he said things like, fantastic kid and excellent family. Both of those things turned out to be true. When Dax and I had our first phone call, it was one of the best. I was extremely straightforward about what we were looking for, and that focus was good humans who won't be distractions. He talked about school and baseball and having the ability to live at home so he could be with his family and save money, of course. I love to hear that family was important to him, and he was excited about the idea of computer science. In fact, he does such a good job at that his professors have asked him to help mentor others in that class. Dax is a grown man in a college kid's body. He enjoys his time to himself and staying busy. He also enjoys a good night's sleep and an ice cold Mountain Dew. The last two are something Dax and I both really enjoy. It is something we have bonded over the last 3 years. He has helped keep it loose and maintain the standard at the same time. He is a computer science master and is going to be getting his bachelor's degree in that. He plans to coach this summer for the Sparks, and then will be getting into the computer science world around the end of the summer. To the Meyer family, thank you for producing a responsible human that is going to do great things. Dax Meyer. Number 40, Bryce Jones. Bryce is from Ottawa, Illinois, and is accompanied by his mother, Marilyn, and his father, Brian. He has played in 45 games with 55 innings pitched and 41 strikeouts. Coach Connor has this to say about Bryce. Bryce is our first ever sixth year, and we actually did not find out until the middle of the summer. I think everyone was pumped about it. I sure was. The fact that he is good at baseball was just a bonus. Bryce is an interesting guy. He is a vibes guy and a man of faith too, so it's a perfect representation of our team. Bryce is very fun to talk to, and he is great to coach. He has been a guy that takes well to being coached hard, and he has done an excellent job helping the young guys out of the bullpen. When you are a member of the night shift, which is our bullpen, you have to be able to flip a switch, because a bullpen arm usually has to clean up a mess. That role is something he has embraced and makes an effort to teach others. He is a true left-handed pitcher in the way his mind works, but he has thrown several huge innings for us over the last few years. He does an excellent job of keeping it both serious and light at the same time among the pitchers. We love having him, and I will really miss him next year. He earned his degree in marketing and is currently working on his master's in sports leadership. His future plans include continuing to be roommates with Eli and getting a business job in the area. Please, always stay you, Bryce. You are an absolute treat. Bryce Jones. All right, home stretch. Number 52, Tyler Crater. Tyler is from Phoenix, Arizona, and is accompanied by his mother, Denise, father, Dale, sister, Hannah, brother-in-law, Gabe, and girlfriend, Shay. He has played in 137 games for the Cougars, registering 153 hits, including 35 doubles, 4 triples, and 20 home runs. Crater leaves the program with NACC All-Conference recognition. Coach Connor has this to say about Tyler. Tyler has gotten bigger, better, and stronger since we got him. He was a high school catcher that moved to third base, so that position has been something he has spent countless hours on. And I have not coached a player that loves taking ground balls more than him. A lot of people don't know this, but both of his shoulders are torn, and he still goes out there every day and competes for us. That is just the type of kid Tyler is. He is hardworking and hard nosed, and I love him for that. Tyler is another guy from an excellent family and is as responsible as they come. He is a blue collar guy who takes great pride in his work. It's nice to have a guy who still understands the importance of attention to detail. He is a big reason why our field is so nice, and he has fixed several things for me. I have always really enjoyed our one-on-one conversations and felt like it has brought us closer each time. He has gained great trust in us, and we have done the same with him. It has been a joy to witness him and Coach Nelson's relationship as well. And there is no one who has been more patient with Tyler than Coach Nelson. He is an old soul who is a really simple man. He enjoys dirt bikes, snowboarding, fishing, and baseball. It doesn't get much more American than that. It has been fun to watch him learn how to mentor guys and teach them the ropes of Cougar baseball. He is transformed into a man that can handle any task that you give him. I will miss the hell out of you, big man. Another huge thank you to the Craters. You guys have been extremely supportive of the program and Tyler, and that is greatly appreciated. Tyler is earning his bachelor's in business and plans to do something in logistics or medical sales. Tyler Crater. Ladies and gentlemen, one last huge round of applause for these young men and their careers as CUC baseball players. We wish you the best of luck and God's richest blessings in your future endeavors.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Cougar Sports Network for another Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference doubleheader. I'm Kayla McLeod here on the Cougar Sports Network with you guys today, and it's a Senior Day celebration for the Cougars here. Already having that Senior Day celebration right here on the Cougar Sports Network. If you missed it, feel free to rewind on this broadcast to catch it and see the seniors that were honored today, but as we get ready to get underway here in River Forest, Cougars hosting the Lakeland University Muskies for game number 1 here. Dishing on the mound for the Cougars is number 55, Dylan Scott. Behind home plate in his usual position is number 9, Brandon Mahler. Looking at the infield for the Cougars, going right to left across the infield. At first base, Michael Kasich. Second base, Yashawn Boswell. Shortstop, Richie Sperando. Third base, Tyler Crater. Looking into that outfield for CUC. Over in left field, Brendan Holloway. Center field, Eli Hickman. And over in right field, per usual, is number 23, Tyler Dorsch. And these two teams looking to get things underway here very shortly. CUC coming off of a heartbreaking 2 games dropped against Rockford on Tuesday. So not what they were hoping to be coming into today with, but a little bit of push for this team to get things together here and get to work early on. But leading things off here for the Muskies is going to be Oakley Spence, the shortstop for Lakeland, and Dylan Scott, as I mentioned, dishing on the mound. His first pitch misses outside for ball 1. The Muskies also coming off of a 2-game loss against St. Norbert College on Tuesday. Before that, the Muskies actually fell to Rockford as well. So these two teams in a similar spot here, both looking for a little mood booster win on the week. But Dylan Scott, a 2-0 count here for Spence. As he gets set here, he delivers this one. Misses for ball 3. Spence thought about swinging on it. Instead, lets it go by for ball number 3. Oakley Spence, a senior out of Utah for this team. He's hitting .338 on the year. He lets that one go by for strike number 1 from Scott. Little bit of a rainy day here in River Forest, though the rain has stopped. It was misting all morning. Makes for a wet environment as Scott delivers strike number 2. No sun in sight, a nice overcast day. No wind, it keeps it a little bit warmer than it has been the last few home games here at the Thunderdome. 3-2 count here. This one swung on, hit deep into left field. That's going to be some trouble for the Cougars. Holloway tracking it down, but it's going to roll all the way to the fence. Spence rounding. He's going to make his way to second with ease. So a stand-up double for Oakley Spence gets things going for the Muskies right away, and that's going to put a runner in scoring position early. And that's going to bring Logan South up for the Muskies. South, a freshman out of Oswego, Illinois.
The second baseman, number 4, Logan South.
South batting .279 on the year. He's got 31 hits and 15 RBIs. So with no outs on the board, this is a favorable spot for South to be in. Scott delivers this one. That's fouled off. 0-1 count here. First time that Scott has been ahead so far today. Scott checking back, sends this pitch in. South shows bump, pulls back, lets it go by for ball 1. One and one count here. Dylan Scott making his 8th appearance on the season for the Cougars. Also with that is his 8th start. As this one is fouled off once again, makes this a 1-2 count. Scott, a 4.11 ERA on the year. He's got 3 wins on the season, so typically a very effective arm for the Cougars. Scott gets set here. Sends this one in. Swing and a miss, strike three. Dylan Scott gets his first strikeout of the day. One out on the board. Runner still at second, and that's going to bring Zach Keegan up to the plate. Keegan, third baseman, senior out of Frankfort, Illinois. Keegan hitting .384 on the season. He's got 48 total hits and 27 RBIs. Once again, a good spot to be in as he finds space in left center. That's going to drop and make its way all the way to the wall. Spence is going to round. He's safely in at home. And that's going to be another stand-up double for the Muskies. Lakeland strikes first. So one run already on the board for the Muskies. Only one out on the board, and that's going to bring first baseman Tucker Gegenfertner up to the plate for Lakeland. Cougars fell behind early in their last games against Rockford, so this is a spot that the Cougars have found themselves in quite a few times this season. In Tuesday's doubleheader, they were unable to overcome that deficit in either situations, but obviously looking to get out of this early jam and not let the Muskies get too far ahead here. Scott sends that one right down the middle for strike number one. One-on-one count here, one out. Scott sends this one in. That's connected on. It's high into right field. Looks like it's going foul. Tracking over in foul territory is Tyler Dorsch. He's able to glove it, but that is going to send Keegan over to third. But the second out is put on the board at the hands of Tyler Dorsch. That's going to put Charlie Spahn at the plate for the Muskies with a runner 90 feet from home plate. This one catches in there for strike number one. Dylan Scott trying to work his way out of this. 0-1 count here. This one misses upstairs, makes it ball one. One and one count here, two outs, runner on third. Scott sends this one in, misses up and away for ball two. This one misses low, makes it a 3-1 count here in favor of Spahn. Scott gets set. He delivers this one. Catches that outside corner for strike number two. Makes this a full count, 2 outs. Scott has the potential to get out of this inning right here. Scott delivers this one. Chopped foul along the third base line. Spahn keeping his at-bat alive. Three-two count still. This one, that's a slow roller over to first. Michael Kasich able to glove it and get the out on his own for out number 3. So the Cougars get out of the inning, but the Muskies do strike first. CUC not in a unfamiliar spot as they head to the bottom of the first, trailing by 1, but holding the Muskies to 1 with a runner over on third was a key opportunity for the Cougars to be able to steal some of that momentum right back and get things rolling as they head to their offensive end of the inning. And in doing so, we'll take a quick look at what we've got in the field for the Muskies. Pitching for Lakeland is number 5, Eli Watkins, the sophomore out of Heron, Illinois. Behind home plate is Charlie Spahn. And then looking around the infield from right to left, over at first, we've got Gagan Fertner. Over at second, we've got South. Over at shortstop, we've got Spence. Over at third base, we've got Keegan. And then looking at that outfield going from left to right, in left field for the Muskies, we've got Gregoris. Over in center field is Chu, and over in right field is Hernandez. Meanwhile, CUC has a familiar batting lineup ready to roll as Tyler Dorsch is set to lead off for the Cougars, followed up by Michael Kasick, Jake Mahler, Tyler Crater, Brandon Mahler, Yashawn Boswell, Brendan Holloway, Eli Hickman, and Richie Sperando to round out the batting order. But these two teams really looking to get some things rolling here. And as I mentioned, dishing on the mound for the Muskies is Eli Watkins. He's got a 5.05 ERA on the season, making his 14th appearance of the year. But interestingly enough, this does mark Watkins' first start of the season. Despite his previous 13 appearances, he's got 35.2 innings pitched. But with that, it's going to bring up Tyler Dorsch to get things rolling.
The right fielder, number 23, Tyler Dorsch.
As Dorsch gets set here. And Tyler Dorsch, a key hitter for this CUC team. He's batting .306 on the year. With that, he's got 23 runs, 41 hits, 32 RBIs, and a .507 slugging percentage. So typically a hot bat for the Cougars, and he sends one out into left field right away. That's going to be roped in by Gregoris, but an easy single for Tyler Dorsch to get things rolling, and that's going to hand things over to Michael Kasick. If you're the Cougars, that's exactly what you are looking for in this situation. You're looking for something to be simple, something to be quick, and hand things over to the next guy, and that's exactly what Tyler Dorsch did in that situation. He saw a pitch he liked, he took a chance on it, just got a base hit on it, and that's going to hand things over to Michael Kasick, who another CUC senior on this team who's having a great season and overall a great career with the Cougars. Kasick's hitting .320 on the year. He's got 41 total hits and 17 RBIs, but Michael Kasick, someone that has been a very experienced player for the Cougars. As I mentioned, today is senior day, and Kasick, one of those seniors that has been recognized prior to today's game, and he's an all-NAC, an all-region, and an academic All-American. So just overall a great athlete for the Cougars as Watkins checks on Dorsch once again. 0-1 count here for Kasick. This pitch sent up the middle. Dorsch able to get a jump on it. He's going to round second. That ball's going to make its way to the outfield. Losing it a little bit is Chu. Dorsch is going to hold at third, and Michael Kasick finds his way to second. And Cougars have two runners on for Jake Mahler to go to work. Tyler Dorsch was looking to steal second anyway on that pitch, so he was already in motion by the time that Kasick had connected with that ball, and fortunately made its way just past a diving South and was able to make its way to the outfield, and that's going to easily put Dorsch over at third. And with no outs on the board, Cougars have runners on second and third, and Jake Mahler at the plate. And Mahler actually leading this team currently. He's batting .331 on the year. He sends that one high and deep into right field. Hernandez up and underneath it. Dorsch holding. Dorsch is going to tag. The throw is not going to be in time, and the Cougars tie things up with a sac fly from Jake Mahler. CUC wasting no time to answer right back.
Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 52,
CUC only one out on the board and a runner still over on third. Tyler Crater now at the plate. Crater, another one of these CUC seniors who's having himself a year. He's batting .317 on the season, 39 total hits and 23 RBIs. He swings to the first pitch. He sees that's going to be a slow roller over to Spence. Spence gets the out at first, but Kasich scores and the Cougs go up 2-1. As I said, CUC looking to hand things over to the next guy, and that's exactly what they are doing. And Crater doing his part to move a run in and hand things over to Brandon Mahler. And Mahler is now working with 2 outs, but CUC up 2-1. Brandon Mahler hitting .295 on the season, and he connects with the first pitch. He sees that's going to drop into space in right center. It's going to make its way all the way to the wall. Mahler rounds first. He's heading to second. He's easily up at 2. Mahler overruns. No slide necessary. Brandon Mahler gets things rolling here with 2 outs. And that's going to hand things over to Yashawn Boswell. CUC is hot. Yashawn Boswell now getting the opportunity here with 2 outs, runner on second. Boswell hitting .321 on the season. He's got 34 hits and 20 RBIs. One of the top guys on this squad to drive runs in. Watkins delivers this one here. Boswell lets it go by for strike 1. A 1 count. That's swung on. That's going to find space in the 6th hole. A slow roller. Mahler's going to round. He's heading home. The throw is in time. Mahler sliding. Can't quite get there in time, but that is going to do it for the inning. Brandon Mahler with some speed on the bases, just not quite able to outrun that throw, and that's going to do it for the first inning, but CUC steals the lead 2-1 after the bats have been hot. Dylan Scott heading back out onto the mound for the Cougars, but we're going to take a quick break on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, CUC officially stealing the lead 2-1. Top of the second here, and leading things off for the Muskies is number 25, Sean Gregoris. And he's going to take that one for strike number 1. Dylan Scott still dishing for the Cougars. 20 pitches thrown so far on the day. This ball connected on, sent high and shallow into the outfield. Coming up and underneath it is Eli Hickman for out number 1. A quick out for the Muskies, and that's going to bring up number 22, Landon Sobieski. 1 out on the board. And Sobieski connects with the first pitch. He's going to send that easily out into right field. And with 1 out, a runner now on first base for the Muskies. That's going to bring Hernandez up for Lakeland. Some quick at-bats here for the Muskies. They want to waste no time getting right back into this game. Hernandez batting .333 on the season. He swings the first pitch. He sees that's a roller over. Boswell looks to tag. Can he get the throw as well? And he does! Cougs turn the double play and get out of the inning in record-breaking time. CUC is finding their momentum on senior day. Yashawn Boswell with a great mindset looks for the tag and throw instead of trying to turn 2 by throwing it. Easily able to get that tag, and that's going to send things right back over to the CUC hitters. Muskies not getting much of a break from the field, but CUC trying to capitalize on the momentum that they closed the first inning with. But we're going to take a quick break on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network. A quick inning in the field for CUC puts them right back behind their bats as they already had a lot of momentum, and a quick double play to end the inning is going to send them into this at-bat with more momentum. But leading things off for them is Brendan Holloway. Holloway playing left field for the Cougars today. He lets that one go by for strike number 1. Holloway hitting .255 this season, making his 21st appearance. He swings at this one. That's going to send a pop fly up into right field. Hernandez coming in and tracking it. A little bit of trouble. The diving catch from Hernandez. He's going to be dropped. So a great attempt from Hernandez, but can't quite get there in time, and that's going to put a runner on for the Cougars early and hand things over to Eli Hickman. A tough dive for Hernandez. Couldn't quite get there in time, and once he did, just was not able to hold on to it and put a runner on base early. Eli Hickman now at the plate for the Cougars. Hickman, another one of the seniors that was honored here today. He's batting .202 on the season. They look to pick Holloway off, but Holloway safely diving back to the bag. Hickman, 14 RBIs on the year. He swings at that one. That one's going to find its way into right field, getting just past the glove of the first baseman, and that's just going to slowly move the runners around and hand things over to Richie Sperando. CUC quickly working their way through. I mentioned it early in the first inning. The Cougars are simply looking to hand things over to the next guy, and that's what we've seen so far today. I mean, already in the bottom of the second, the Cougars have 6 hits on the day, just simply doing their job. Simple hits, base hits is going to hand things over. And Richie Sperando, the next guy up for the Cougars, and he's got no outs on the board, runners on first and second. Sperando batting .250 on the year. He shows bunt, pulls back, takes the strike anyway. Oh, 1 count here. Watkins looking in, taking his time. Pitch clock winding down. Sperando shows bunt again. That bunt is going to fall just foul along the first base line. 0-2 count here for Sperando. Watkins taking his time again. Checks on Holloway. Checks on him again. Looks to pick Holloway off. Holloway safely diving back. Holloway unsure what he was going to do on that jump necessarily. Looked like he thought about potentially making that run to third on that pick, but instead diving back in. A close call, but safe at second. Watkins delivers this one. Sperando connects with it. He sends that ball deep into left field. Little bit of trouble out there. Can't quite get there. That ball's going to get down. Hickman almost lapping Holloway. Holloway making his way home. Hickman's going to hold the throw. Not in time! Brendan Holloway safe at home! A big-time double from Richie Sperando, and the Cougs are up 3-1! A massive run for the Cougars, and that's going to force the Muskies to take a mound visit. But, oh, my goodness, what an outing for the Cougars so far. Holloway held on that fly ball, unsure if that was going to be caught or not, and that resulted in Eli Hickman right on Holloway's heels. Third base coach for the Cougars, Connor Nelson, actually having to coach 2 people at the same time, telling one of them to stay and the other to go. And Brendan Holloway with a headfirst dive, safely making it in, was a fantastic way to break things up a little bit. But Sperando making his way to second, and that's going to put Tyler Dorsch now at the plate. Tyler Dorsch looking to get things rolling here. Still no outs on the board. Dorsch 1 for 1 at the plate today. This pitch inside for ball 1. 1-0 count here. No outs on the board. Runners on second and third. Watkins delivers this one. Dorsch swings through it for strike 1. 1-1 count now. Watkins waiting for his sign. Pitch clock winding down. This one in and low for ball number 2. Dorsch in his first at-bat had a lead-off single to left field for the Cougars. Kind of got things in motion, giving the Cougs a 2-run inning, and he's going to let that one go high for ball 3. A 3-1 count here for Dorsch. Runners on second and third, no outs on the board. A walk here would load the bases for Michael Kasich. Watkins delivers. Dorsch connects with it. That's going to roll over to short. And the throw over to first is in time, but Sperando safely to third, Hickman safely to home. And the Cougs go up by another. So first out on the board, but Tyler Dorsch doing what he needed to do to score a run, move the runners around, and Michael Kasich now at the plate. He's operating with 1 out and a runner over on third. Cougs have a 3-run lead here Watkins delivers this one. Kasich sends that one into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Losing it is Hernandez. Kasich sees that. He's going for two. Michael Kasich is safely in at two. Sperando safely in at home, and the Cougs are up by 4. And that's going to bring another mound visit here, and it does appear as though we're going to see an early pitching change from the Muskies. And an unfortunate scenario for Eli Watkins, as we are going to see a new arm entering only in the bottom of the second, but CUC on top 5-1. We're going to have all the final stat line for Watkins and all the information on this new arm when we come back on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, a new arm on the mound for the Muskies in number 45, Anthony Yust. A tough outing here for Watkins to start the game. CUC on top 5-1. And Jake Mahler at the plate. He fouls off the first pitch he sees. But taking a look at the final stat line for Watkins, 1 1/3 innings pitched, gave up 8 hits, 5 runs, 11 batters faced, a total of 21 pitches thrown. So for the first start that we saw for the sophomore, getting things rolling, but Jake Mahler sends a blooper out into left field. That's going to be a base hit for Mahler, and it's going to move Kasich over. And on a little miscommunication on that throw, Mahler's going to easily make his way to second. Kasich's going to hold. And that's going to hand things over to Tyler Crater.
Third baseman number 52, Tyler Crater.
Tyler Crater now at the plate. Runners on second and third, and only 1 out on the board. Looking here at Anthony Yust, he's making his 4th appearance of the season. He delivers that one low for ball number 1. Yust, 9 total innings pitched and 3 strikeouts on the season. 2-0 count here for Crater. This one swung on. That's deep. That's got some pop to it, going all the way back to the wall. And that baby is long gone. Tyler Crater sends a long ball over the fence, and the Cougars are hot. Bingo, bango, bongo. Tyler Crater, have yourself a the Cougars here. A big-time home run. A monster outing from the Cougars. And that's going to bring Brandon Mahler to the plate. Brandon Mahler lets that ball go by for ball one. Mahler connects with this one. This one's got some power to it as well. It's going back to the right field, but making the catch at the wall is Hernandez. Hernandez slipping up in the grass a little bit, but able to recover really, really well. And that's going to put Yashawn Boswell now at the plate for the Cougars and 2 outs on the board. CUC up 8-1 here. 2 outs on the board, no runners on. Boswell looks at that one, lets it go by for ball one. This one connected on set high, potentially going foul. And staying in play, but unable to get there, was Spahn and Gegenfurt. Both of them tracking it. That ball looked like it was going out of play for quite some time, instead making its way back in, and neither one of them able to track it. Despite not being very sunny here in River Forest, it is a bright white sky, so it is still very bright out. So being able to track that ball, almost more difficult today than it would be if you saw blue skies and a bright sun. But either way, the 1-1 count here. This pitch misses inside, makes it a 2-1 count. This one misses outside, makes it ball 3. Boswell 1 for 1 at the plate today. He swings at this one. This is going back. This might find some space, but with some hang time in the air, able to get up and underneath it is Chu for out number 3, and that's going to do it for the bottom of the second. But CUC strikes big. 6 runs in the inning, 6 hits and 2 errors, and that's going to break the boards open. CUC on top 8-1 as we head to the top of the third here on the Cougar Sports Network.
Cougars 8, Muskies 1.
Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, CUC on top 8-1 after a monster bottom of the second. Still pitching for the Cougars is Dylan Scott. Only 24 pitches thrown so far. He delivers this first one of the inning outside for ball number 1. At bat for the Muskies is Nick Chu, freshman from Michigan. 1-1 count now. This one catches that inside corner, makes it 1-2. Chu batting 143 on the season. As he connects with this one, sends it foul, but tracking it is Crater and Holloway, and just unable to get there in time. That's going to keep this at-bat alive for Chu. Tyler Crater losing his hat in the attempt to get there, just falling a little bit short of achieving that out. But still the 1-2 count here. This one, swing and a miss, strike 3. Dylan Scott got him swinging. That's going to bring the top of the order up for the Muskies. Coming back to the plate is Oakley Spence.
Shortstop number 21, Oakley Spence.
Spence picked up a lead-off double in his first at-bat of the day. Was the lone run to score for the Muskies after they were able to find some success in this early parts of their batting order. The 1-0 count here for Spence turns to a free base. Looks like it did clip Spence on the elbow. So that's going to put Spence back on the bases for the second time today and hand things over to Logan South. South went down swinging in his first at-bat of the day.
Logan South.
Despite being 0 for 1 here in Game 1, South batting .279 on the season, and he's got 15 RBIs. He lets that one go by for strike number 1. Scott delivers this one outside, ball 1. Spence taking a hearty lead over on first. Scott yet to check on him at all. Spence 6 for 7 on stolen bases on the season, but South swings through that one, makes it a 1-2 count. This one misses well, up and away. Levels the count at 2 apiece. Looks like just slipping out of Dylan Scott's hands. Two count, runner on first, 1 out on the board. Pitch clock winding down. Scott delivers. Spence takes off. This is going to be a roller over. They're going to say that that's a foul ball. Fouled off of South, so that's going to force Spence to head back to first and keep South fighting in this at-bat. That ball popped right back over to Dylan Scott, so that would have been a nice toss over to first. So new life here for Logan South. Two pitch. Now Scott checks on Spence. Scott once again checking on Spence. Cougars found some success this season in those pickoff attempts, both from Scott and from Mahler behind the plate. Brandon Mahler, a very aggressive catcher for the Cougars, wastes no time in making that throw down to first. Obviously, with South being a left-handed hitter, makes it a little bit difficult for Mahler to make that look, but something that we've seen the Cougars consistently check on all year, making sure that those runners do not get too comfortable over on first. The 3-2 count here. This one misses inside for ball 4. I'm not quite sure that South even knew what that call was. He was waiting for quite some time to make sure that wasn't strike number 3. Mahler holding that ball exactly where it was, thought that that was strike number 3 as well, but got no love from the home plate umpire, Robert Hines. And that's going to put Zach Keegan at the plate. He's going to swing at the first pitch he sees, fouls it off. Scott now up to 38 pitches on the day. Keegan picked up a double to left center in his first at-bat, responsible for scoring the first run and only run for the Muskies. 1 RBI here today already. On the season, Keegan 27 RBIs, 28 including the one today. The 1-1 count here for Keegan. Swung through, makes it a 1-2 count. Scott sends this one. Misses that outside corner, makes it ball 2. Two count, 1 out, runners on, 1 and 2. Scott sends this one up and in for ball number 3. Scott delivers this one, swung on, line drive over to Boswell. Boswell, can he get there? He does! No, he doesn't! Boswell made the diving attempt over to second to try to catch Spence, and the field umpire at first was looking for it, instead calls him safe. A great attempt from Yashawn Boswell, but that's going to hold runners where they are and put 2 outs on the board.
Number 13, Tucker
Gegenfertner now at the plate, operating with 2 outs for the Muskies. This one misses up and in. Mahler with the throw. No good. As I was just saying, Brandon Mahler will take a big chance anytime he sees that runner getting too comfortable, and Michael Kasich will always get there to cover, but making the dive back just in time was South. This one misses for ball 2. This one fouled off, makes it a 2-1 count now. Scott slowly working his way back into this. Two-one count here. Scott sends this one. Catches that outside corner for strike number 2. Twos across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Dylan Scott delivers this one. Swing and a miss. Strike number 3. Fire me up, Dylan Scott. CUC gets out of the inning. No damage done, holding the Muskies to their second scoreless inning. And we head to the bottom of the 3rd. CUC still up big, 8-1, right here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, bottom of the third, Brendan Holloway leading things off for CUC. Cougars still on top, big 8-1 after a monster bottom of the second. Got things going, but Just still dishing on the bump for the Muskies, and he delivers strike number 1. This one misses outside for ball 1. Just 10 pitches so far on the day, coming in early in the game for the Muskies. And he delivers that one outside for ball number 2. Holloway 1 for 1 on the day. He picked up a single to right field to kick off the bottom of the second inning. And now, once again, kicking off the bottom of the third. He lets that one go by for ball 4. Takes an easy walk over to first and hands things over to Eli Hickman. Hickman also 1 for 1 on the day. He singled to right field in his first at-bat. Hickman batting .202 on the season. He's got 14 RBIs on the year. Holloway over at first. Hickman shows bunt. That's a slow roller over to first. Can't quite get there in time. Eli Hickman safe. The throw over to second to try to catch Holloway's in the center field. Holloway's going to take an extra base on that throwing error. And a great heads-up play from Brendan Holloway to see that ball airmailed into center field. And that's going to hand things over to Richie Sperando.
Shortstop number 8, Richie Sperando.
And Richie Sperando now at the plate for the Cougars. No outs on the board, runners on the corner bags. Sperando picked up a double in his first at-bat. The throw down, Hickman took off right away. The throw down from Spahn was not really ready by the middle infielders for the Muskies. South was playing inside the bag, so he intercepted that throw before Hickman even got near the backside of him. A very weird miscommunication there. But that's going to move runners over to second and third. Take away the force and make this a 1-1 count. As I was saying, Sperando picked up a double in his first at-bat, picked up 1 RBI on the day as well. He lets that one go by for ball number 2. The 2-1 pitch here, swung on from Sperando. That ball has some power to it. It's making its way to the outfield. Up and underneath it is Hernandez. Holloway and Hickman both tagging up, and both will safely be in. So a sac fly from Sperando, and that's going to bring the top of the order up for the Cougars in Tyler Dorsch. Runner now on third, Tyler Dorsch at the plate. And CUC is up 9-1. Dorsch grounded out in his last at-bat, but it did advance a runner. Put the Cougars up in the last inning. Meanwhile, picking up a lead-off single in his first at-bat. He sits with the 1-0 count, lets that one go by, makes it a 1-1 count. This one swung on, that's going to find space. But getting up and underneath it is Gregoris. Hickman will tag, so a sac fly from Dorsch is going to score another, and the Cougs hit double digits. 2 outs on the board. Michael Kasick at the plate.
First baseman number 10, Michael Kasick.
Kasick lets the first pitch he sees go by for ball number 1. One 0 count here. Catches that outside corner, makes it 1-1. Kasick swinging through that one, makes it a 1-2 count. This one catches that outside corner for strike number 3. Just gets Kasick looking, and that's going to do it for the 3rd inning. But CUC tacking on 2 more runs, and that's going to put the Cougars up 10-1 as we head to the top of the 4th here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, top of the 4th. Sun's starting to shine a little bit here in River Forest, but Dylan Scott still dishing on the mound, shining for the Cougars as he delivers that first pitch up and in for ball 1 against Charlie Spahn. Spahn 0 for 1 at the plate today. He connects with this one. That's going to find some space in left center. Hickman able to scoop it to get the throw in, and that's going to stop Spahn from taking any extra bases. He was rounding first with authority. He really thought he was taking all the way to second with no problem, but Eli Hickman was able to backhanded scoop that and prevent that extra base. And that's going to hand things over to Sean Gregoris. Gregorius 0 for 1 at the plate today. Scott delivers this one right downtown for strike 1. A 1 count here. Misses in the dirt for ball 1. One and 1 count now. No outs on the board. This one catches that outside corner, makes it strike number 2. This one connected on. That's going to find space in right field. A little bit of trouble. Hickman able to scoop it and get the throw in, but that's going to advance Spahn all the way to third. So Muskies now with runners on the corner bags. A single for Gregorius. And that's going to bring up Landon Sobieski.
Designated hitter number 22, Landon Sobieski.
Sobieski picked up a single in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 1 at the plate. As he takes that one for strike number 1. Scott checking over on Gregorius. Oh, 1 count here. This one misses in the dirt for ball 1. Mahler doing a great job keeping that ball in front of him. Holding Spahn over at third. Muskies trailing by 9, most likely looking to be aggressive on the base paths. Any balls that might get past Brandon Mahler could see an opportunity for the Muskies to score. That ball is connected deep into left field. Holloway tracking it, but that ball is long gone onto Division Street. A monster hit from Sobieski. That ball left the park with authority. And the Muskies are going to put some runs back up on the board and keep things interesting here at the Thunderdome. A 3-run home run from Sobieski makes this a 10-4 lead for the Cougars. Slowly coming back into it. Clears the bases. And that's going to bring Hernandez up to the plate now. Sobieski picking up his first home run of the season there. No better place to do it than the Thunderdome, as this ball is fouled off, makes this a 1-1 count for Hernandez. This one right downtown for strike number 2. 1-2 count here. This one put into play, sends right up the middle, can't get there. Is any Cougars, that's going to make its way to center field. Hickman able to grab it, and that's going to put a runner on base for Hernandez, and no outs, and that's going to bring assistant coach of the Cougars, Matt Smith, up to have a quick conversation with his infield, resettle things with Dylan Scott, and just try to settle things down a little bit. Scott's been an effective pitcher for the Cougars this season overall, especially here today. Two back-to-back scoreless innings for the Muskies, but on the season, Scott, 4.11 ERA. He's making his 8th start here today. 35 innings pitched, 18 total strikeouts. That is second on the team in strikeouts, and holding his opponents to a 288 batting average against him. So a strong arm for the Cougars, but still young in just being a sophomore here. So resettling, getting some words of encouragement from his pitching coach, and the infield getting the same, as well as slowly making his way out of play is Coach Matt Smith, and Dylan Scott getting reset here for Nick Chu to come to the plate. Still no outs on the board. Chu lays down a bunt. That's a great rolling bunt. Scott able to glove it and flip it over to Kasich, and that is going to advance Hernandez, so the sack bunt does its job, but that's going to put out number 1 on the board. Runner now on second. That's going to bring the top of the order up for the Muskies in Oakley Spence. Now operating with 1 away. Spence 1 for 1 at the plate today. This ball in there for strike number 1. Spence led the game off for the Muskies with a double to left field. We've seen his bat become hot so far today. Scott delivers this one. This is swung on. That's lifted into center field. Hickman tracking back at it. He's able to glove it at the wall, but tagging up is Hernandez. Hernandez holding at third, but that's going to put out number 2 on the board. And that's going to bring Logan South up to the plate.
Second baseman number 4, Logan.
Great catch there from Hickman out in center field. Running all the way to the center field fence before grabbing that. Runner now 90 feet from the plate. That's a hard chopper over to second base, but Boswell able to glove it and get the out and hold that runner from scoring. So the Cougars get out of the inning, but the Muskies do some damage. A 3-run home run makes this a 10-4 game in favor of the Cougars. We're going to be heading to the bottom of the 4th right here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, CUC on top 10-4. Jake Mahler leading things off in this inning, and he's leading it off by taking a swing at the first pitch. He sees that ball is long gone on to Division Street. Jake Mahler, fire me up! Jake Mahler wasting absolutely no time in the inning. He says, hey, Muskies, you want one out? I'll put one out too. A big-time solo shot from Jake Mahler. And the Cougs are hot. Cougs now on top 11-4, and that's going to bring Tyler Crater up to the plate.
Number 52, Tyler Crater.
Tyler Crater also had a home run today for the Cougars. He takes the first pitch he sees for ball number 1. This one's going to be put into play, sent up the middle. That's going to be an easy single for Tyler Crater. Hands things over to Brandon Mahler. Jake Mahler picking up just his 4th home run of the season. Wasting absolutely no time in the inning. First pitch bomb out to Division Street. Tyler Crater following it up with a single of his own. Puts one runner on. No outs, and Brandon Mahler looking to keep that mojo going. This one swung on. That's high and deep into left center. Coming up and underneath it is Gregorius for out number 1. And Crater's going to hold where he is. That's going to put Yashawn Boswell at the plate. Mahler looking for one of his own after his twin brother put one out in a very similar spot. Brandon Mahler's just needed about 10 more feet to be over that fence and would have had some back-to-back twin home runs, but Quickly looking to pick off Crater was Just. Crater safely back in at first. Boswell now at the plate. Boswell's 1 for 2 on the day. This one misses well, up and in for ball 1. Some movement in the Muskie bullpen. Just 30 pitches on the day so far. This one clips that outside corner for strike number 1. 1-1 count, 1 out runner on first. This one misses outside, makes it a 2-1 count for Boswell. This one swung on, swung through from Boswell, makes it a 2-2 count. Crater takes off running. That's going to be fouled off out of play from Boswell, sending Crater back to first. Two count, 1 out. Just trying to put Boswell away here. He delivers this one. Swung on, fouled off from Boswell. Crater once again taking off for second and making the slow jog back to first after Boswell fouls that one off, keeping his at-bat alive. Two count here. Just delivers. That misses outside, makes it 3-2. Full count for Boswell. Just trying to get out of this. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 from Boswell. The throw down. Not in time. Crater's going to make his way safely over. But that's going to put 2 outs on the board for Brendan Holloway. And that's going to do it for the inning. So we head to the top of the 5th right here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, a little bit of confusion on how that inning ended, but after looking back, Yashawn Boswell was called for interfering with that throw down to second, so that resulted in Crater being called out But Boswell, a little bit of redemption here as he puts away Keegan for out number 1. So Crater making that dash over to second and Boswell striking out. And when Boswell took off to head back towards the dugout, got in the way of the catcher for the Muskies in Charlie Spahn. So they were calling that one for out number 3 to close out that inning. So an unfortunate ending of the inning, but CUC wasting no time, stealing some of that momentum right back. Already 1 out on the board. Dylan Scott still dishing for the Cougars. He's thrown 67 pitches. This one put into play. Sperando can't quite get there in time. That's going to be a base hit for Gegenfurt. And that's going to put Charlie Spahn now at the plate for the Muskies. Spahn 1 for 2 on the day. Scott sends this first pitch down the middle for strike number 1. Charlie Spahn only making his 6th appearance on the season here today, but having himself a fairly good day for the Muskies as he sends a chopper up the middle. Sperando able to flip it over. Can they turn 2? No. The throw not in time over to first, so Spahn will be safe, but the flip from Sperando to Boswell was good for out number 2, and that's going to put Gregorius up at the plate.
Left fielder number 25, Sean Gregorius.
Gregorius 1 for 2 at the plate today, but overall a consistent hitter for the Muskies. He's batting .293 on the season, and he lets that one go by for ball 1. One 0 count here. Scott delivers this one. Clips that outside corner for strike number 1. This one swung on. That's going to stay fair. Mahler able to scoop it, and the easy throw over to first for out number 3. And that's going to do it for the inning. CUC making a comeback quickly, and that's going to head to the bottom of the 5th. CUC on top 11-4. We'll be right back on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, bottom of the 5th, Brendan Holloway leading things off for CUC as the Cougars are on top 11-4. First pitch thrown there. Strike number 1, a new arm on the mound for the Muskies. New arm pitching is number 11, Thor Dunham. So looking for a little bit of change here for Lakeland as the first 2 pitches here makes this a 1-1 count. Looking at the final stat line here for Yust as Holloway lays down a bunt. Dunham able to glove it and get the throw in time for out number 1. And that's going to bring Eli Hickman to the plate. But as I mentioned, looking at that final stat line for Yust, 2 2/3 innings pitched, 5 hits, 5 runs allowed, 2 walks, 13 batters faced, and 38 total pitches. So Muskies diving into their bullpen here and doing so successfully as Dunham delivers strike number 1 to Hickman. Oh, 1 count here. This one misses up and away for ball 1. Dunham making his 9th appearance on the season for the Muskies. He's got 23.2 total innings pitched, 7 strikeouts on the year. And Hickman now sitting with the 2-1 counts. Hickman 2 for 2 on the day. He lets strike number 2 go by. Makes this a 2-2 count. This one misses that outside corner. Makes this a full count here for Hickman. This one misses up and away, ball 4, and that's going to hand things over to Richie Sperando with a runner now on first.
The shortstop, number 8, Richie Sperando.
Sperando 1 for 1 on the day. Had a double in his first at-bat that jump-started things. Hickman's going to take off for second and safely in. Oh, 1 count for Sperando. The 0-1 pitch here. Catches that outside corner, makes it 0-2. Hickman over on second, 1 out. Dunham checks on Hickman. He looks to throw back, but Hickman safely standing on the base. 0-2 count still. Dunham checking on Hickman. Hickman's going to take off, but that ball's going to be down in the outfield. Hickman, with that early jump, is going to safely find his way across home plate. And Richie Sperando picking up a single to right field. A big time jump there for the Cougars, and that's going to hand things over to Tyler Dorsch, the top of the order for the Cougars. Dorsch is 1 for 2 at the plate today. And CUC on top 12-4 here in River Forest on Senior Day. And boy, have these seniors had an amazing career at CUC and in addition to today. But Tyler Dorsch, one of the 10 seniors that was honored here today, he swings the first pitch. He sends that foul, but with some authority. Dorsch, a 4-year senior out of Phoenix, Arizona, coming down to his final few games here at the Thunderdome. Sperando diving back over at first safely. This senior squad for the Cougars have been a really influential team of seniors. As I said, Tyler Dorsch at the plate, but on deck for the Cougars, another one of those 4-year seniors out of Chandler, Arizona, in Michael Kasich. Is that pickoff? That ball's going to get past. Sperano's going to take off to second. That ball's going to make its way all the way to right field. And Sperano safely in at second after that throwing error from the pitcher for the Muskies. And Dorsch still sitting with the 0-1 counts. Sperando now at second. That takes away the opportunity for a double play for the Muskies. A forced double play, I should say. As this ball is connected on scent foul along the third base line once again. Makes this an 0-2 count. Tyler Dorsch, a strong hitter for the Cougars. He's batting .306 on the season. He sends a chopper over to the left side of the field. Able to glove it is Spence. The throw, not in time. A big-time stretch from Gegenfurt, but could not quite get there in time. That was a hard chopper, but it's going to result in an infield single and hand things over to Michael Kasich. Sperando's going to hold at second, and that's going to reinforce the forced situation for the base runners here. Michael Kasich now at the plate for CUC. He fouls the first pitch he sees off. Kasich hitting .320 on the year. Runners on first and second. Michael Kasich sitting with the 0-1 count. Dunham delivers this one. That's going to be chopped up the middle. Can they turn two? They get one. The throw over to first, not in time. So Tyler Dorsch will be out at second, but that's going to put runners on the corner bags and Jake Mahler at the plate for the Cougars. Jake Mahler at the plate, responsible for a solo home run in his last at-bat. Operating here with 2 outs, something that the Cougars are familiar and comfortable with this season. We've seen a lot of good things happen for the Cougars with 2 outs. As Mahler fouls off the first pitch he sees, that's coming close to the netting, but it's going to fall just on the outside of the netting. Very narrowly missing the athletic communications camera that is responsible for giving you that nice batter's angle that you've seen here on the broadcast. So thank you, Jake Mahler, for missing that camera very, very closely. It's going to make this a 0-1 count. Runners on the corner bag. Dunham delivers this one. That's going to be chopped up the middle. Dunham thought about barehanding that. Instead pulls back. That's going to score 1. Kasich's going to hold that 2. And the Cougars are up big, 13-4, and that's going to put Tyler Crater now at the plate. Tyler Crater, also a Cougar with a home run under their belt here today. And with 2 outs, runners on first and second, Tyler Crater having his chance here. Dunham sends this first pitch outside. A smart heads-up play from Thor Dunham for the Muskies. That was a chopper that went right up the middle off the bat of Jake Mahler. And you saw Dunham stick his right hand, his bare hand out initially before pulling back. One of those reflexes that you see that coming and you're just instinctively going with what you've got. But Tyler Crater drops this one. That's going to get down out in left field all the way to the fence. Gregorius can't quite get there. Kasich's going to score. Rounding is Jake Mahler. The throw. Sliding in is safe. Jake Mahler scores a stand-up double for Tyler Crater. Fire me up. The Cougs are hot. And Tyler Crater keeping things rolling with 2 outs. That's going to hand things over to Brandon Mahler. Runner now on second. 2 outs. Brandon Mahler at the plate. Mahler 1 for 3 on the day. CUC up 15-4. First pitch in for Mahler, right down the barrel for strike 1. Dunham trying to get the Muskies out of this inning, limiting any further damage here. CUC has scored in every inning today. Bottom of the 5th here, already put 4 runs up. That pitch inside and barely missing Brandon Mahler just out of the way makes this a 1-1 count. Crater over on second. This ball connected on, lifted into the outfield, tracking it. Can't quite get there. That's going to get down into right center. Chug able to get it in, but Mahler's already at second. Tyler Crater crossing home plate, and the Cougs are up 16-4. Oh, my goodness. The Cougs are hot. Runner on second, Yashawn Boswell at the plate, operating with 2 outs. CUC already put up 5 runs in the inning. Boswell's 1 for 3 on the day. Went down swinging in his last at-bat. He takes pitch number 1 right down the middle for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch here, swung on. That's going to get down into right field. Mahler's going for home. He's going to be safely in at home. RBI single for Yashawn Boswell. The Cougs cannot be stopped or slowed down. Brandon Mahler was not taking no as an answer. He was heading home no matter what, and that's going to put Brendan Holloway at the plate. Holloway's 1 for 2 on the day. Runner over on first with 2 outs. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. Dunham trying to get the Muskies out of this inning. This inning tied for the highest scoring inning the Cougars have had today. That pitch misses outside and in the dirt. Doing a great job of keeping that ball in front of him was Charlie Spahn. As quickly the 2-0 count here in favor of Holloway. Holloway connects with this one into center field, and Chu able to get up and underneath it for out number 3 to finally get the Muskies out of the inning. But CUC coming in hot, 6 runs on 6 hits and an error, and that's going to put the Cougars up 17-4 as we head to the top of the 6th. Dylan Scott still dishing on the bump for the Cougars. We'll be right back on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, Sobieski leading things off for the Muskies. He's responsible for the 3-run home run that we saw in the top of the 4th for Lakeland. But he takes that first pitch for strike number 1. Second pitch right down the middle for strike number 2. Sobieski not happy with what he's seeing from the batter's box. That pitch in the dirt makes this a 1-2 count. Scott misses once again, makes this a 2-2 count. That one fouled off, keeping his at-bat alive. Sobieski fighting his way right back into this. This ball put into play, but it's high and into the infield. Coming up and underneath it is Michael Kasich, and he's successfully able to glove it for out number 1. And that's going to put Ramiro Hernandez at the plate. Scott, 80 pitches on the day. Delivers this one upstairs for ball 1. This one well off the hand of Scott. Makes this ball 2. Good to see that it was just a mishandling of the ball and nothing more than that. Always a little bit scary when you see a pitch go that far astray from a pitcher. But Scott doing all right on the bump, resettling in here. Sends this one in. That's fouled off the first base netting. Makes this a 2-1 count. Scott delivers this one, misses outside, makes it 3-1. And that's going to miss upstairs, make it ball 4, give a free base to Hernandez. And that's going to put Nick Chu at the plate. And that's going to bring the Cougar infield in together for a quick little discussion. As Crater slowly makes his way out of the huddle. Just giving a little bit of reassurance to Dylan Scott as he's trying to work his way out of this inning.
Center fielder, number 6, Nick Chu.
Scott remaining in the game. Just a little bit of movement in the Cougar bullpen early on here. Scott delivers this first pitch out of the huddle just outside for ball number 1. This one fouled off. Chu wasn't quite sure if he was going to swing at that one, hesitated a little bit, and that's what resulted in that bouncing off and heading towards the third base dugout. This ball swung on and missed from Chu. Makes this strike number 2. Dylan Scott getting a little confidence back in himself on the mound, trying to get the Cougars out of this. Runner over on first in Hernandez, 1 out. This one misses upstairs for ball 2. This one put into play. Kasich able to glove it. Looked to be potentially turning 2, but instead bobbles it a touch, so he's just going to take it for 1 himself. And that's going to advance Hernandez over to second and bring up the top of the order for the Muskies. That's going to bring Oakley Spence to the plate. Spence 1 for 2 at the plate today.
Shortstop, number 21, Oakley Spence.
CUC on top, 17-4 here in the top of the 6th. If you're just now joining us, you have missed an amazing first half of this game. A beautiful day for a Senior Day celebration here in River Forest, and Dylan Scott dishing on the bump for the Cougars, doing a great job here, trying to work his way out of this, but he delivers 2 consecutive balls to Spence here and trying to get out of the inning and hand things back over to the Cougar hitters, who have been incredibly hot here today. We've already seen 2 home runs from the Cougars and a plethora of other various hits, singles, doubles. I believe the only thing we're missing on the day so far is a triple, but got to get back to the offensive end first as Dylan Scott working his way through. A 3-0 count here is going to turn 3-1 with that strike right down the middle for Spence. Muskies trailing by a decently large margin the majority of the day. They picked up the 1-0 lead in the top of the first inning and then trailed until they put up 3 more runs in the top of the 4th after a 3-run home run. from Landon Sobieski kind of got them rolling again. But CUC, it's been all offense for the Cougars here today. And the Muskies picked up that early 1-0 lead, but has not seen that lead come back to them at all. As this ball is connected on hit deep into left. Holloway tracking it and up and underneath it for out number 3. Dylan Scott doing his job and getting out of the inning. And that's going to hand things over to the Cougar hitters, as I was saying. And Cougars still on top, 17-4. Hickman, Sperando, and Dorsch due up for the Cougars. We'll have that for you in just a minute here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, bottom of the 6th, CUC on top big, 17-4 here at the Thunderdome. Eli Hickman wasting no time. He takes a hack at the first pitch. He sends it into center field. Hickman's going to turn for 2, and he's safely going to take it. A sliding double for Eli Hickman. That ball was not hit deep into center field, but Hickman has the speed and the agility, and he wasted no time in taking that second base. That's the experience that you're looking for from this Cougar squad. Eli Hickman, a fifth-year senior on the CUC team, one of 10 seniors that was honored prior to the game today. And that right there, it shows exactly what you get from a fifth-year player. He's got the experience, and he's got that to kind of read and see exactly what he needs. And he saw that the Muskies were taking their time getting to that ball, and he wasted absolutely no time in rounding and taking what he wanted. And now he's safely sitting at second. And after a fly out from Sperando, that's going to bring the top of the order up for the Cougars. Tyler Dorsch now at the plate with 1 away. Dunham still dishing on the mound for the Muskies. Dorsch is 2 for 3 on the day. First pitch low and away for ball 1. Talked a lot about this experience on this CUC team, and obviously with it being senior day, having that look back on the careers that some of these guys have had. But looking at who's on the field currently for the Cougars, you've got Eli Hickman over at second, Tyler Dorsch at the plate, and Michael Kasich on deck. And those are just 3 key guys for the CUC team. And it's going to be incredibly difficult for the Cougars to replace these 3 starters, as for the majority of their career, they've been starting in their respective positions. And Tyler Dorsch, he connects at that one. That's back at the wall. Tyler Dorsch, it does it. A bingo, bingo, bongo home run for Tyler Dorsch. Oh, my goodness. On senior day, Tyler Dorsch does it. The 3rd home run of the day for the Cougars. Oh, my goodness. The Cougs are hot. CUC cannot be stopped. A big-time 2-run homer for the senior on senior day. Talk about a fairy tale scenario there. Wow.
First baseman number 10,
And that's going to bring Michael Kasich up to the plate for the Cougars. I mean, what a special day here in River Forest. Tyler Dorsch, the second senior to get a home run on senior day. Division Street is a dangerous place to be today. Michael Kasich at the plate. He connects with this one. That's deep into right center. Is that one going as well? No, it's going to drop just fair. It's going to drop at the wall, but it's going to be a stand-up double for Michael Kasich from right center. And the Cougars are hot. Oh, my goodness. The way that they're finding success off of their bats right now is unstoppable. Jake Mahler now at the plate for CUC. He's got a solo home run here today. Mahler is 3 for 3 at the plate today. Like I mentioned, he's got a solo home run. And this part of the Cougar lineup has been lethal as he sends a high ball into shallow right field. Kasich staying on the base. Looked like he was going to tag up. Instead, he holds. A rocket throw from Hernandez. Probably does so for the right reason, but that's going to bring Tyler Crater up to the plate. 2 outs now on the board. Tyler Crater at the plate. Crater, as I just recently said, a senior that has a home run on senior day. So looking to keep things rolling here. 2 outs on the board. Michael Kasich over at second. Cougars up 19-4. Crater lets that one go by for ball 1. One 0 count here. Pitch clock winding down. Just in time. Crater connects with that one. That's going to be deep into center field, bouncing off of the fence. Took an unfortunate bounce. Crater's going to take 2 regardless. Kasich's going to score another double for Tyler Crater. Oh my goodness, the Cougs are hot. And that's going to put Brandon Mahler now at the plate. 2 outs on the board, runner on second. CUC up 20-4. And we are going to see a pitching change for the Muskies. So while they get things switched around and settled up, we're going to take a quick break right here on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, new arm on the bump for the Muskies in number 49, Brian Mitchell, the sophomore out of Adel, Wisconsin. Looking to hold the Cougars where they're at. Brandon Mahler at the plate trying to do his best to not let that happen and keep this momentum rolling for the Cougars. But taking a look at the final stat line for Dunham, 1 2/3 innings thrown, gave up 10 hits, 9 runs, 1 walk, 16 batters faced, and 39 total pitches thrown. As Brandon Mahler sits with the 2-0 count. This one clips that outside corner. First strike thrown here for Mitchell. Looking at Mitchell, making his 9th appearance here today. 12.2 total innings thrown. Mahler connects with that one, sends it high and into shallow right field. Coming up and underneath it is Hernandez, who's able to glove it for out number 3. So Mitchell doing what he needs to do to get the Muskies out of the inning, but it's all going to come down to this as CUC on top 20-4. The Muskies needing to get some things rolling here to stay alive, but CUC coming in, they're going to see a new arm on the mound, so we'll have all of that coming up for you when we come back on the Cougar Sports Network. Back here on the Cougar Sports Network, new arm on the mound for the Cougars in number 1, Blake Hickey. Hickey delivers his first pitch to Keegan. Keegan wasting absolutely 0 time. He swings at the first pitch he sees, but that's into the outfield for out number 1. Looking at Blake Hickey for the Cougars. He's making his 5th appearance on the season here today. Pitched 5 1/3 innings coming into his appearances today and 6 total strikeouts. Meanwhile, flipping that script, let's look at that final stat line for Dylan Scott, who's on track to secure his 4th win of the season here. Scott, 6 innings pitched, gave up 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 29 batters faced, and 96 total pitches thrown. As that ball is fouled off. Makes this the 0-2 count for Gegenfertner. Hickey, the 2nd arm thrown here today for the Cougars. Already 1 out on the board. CUC on top 20-4. It's been an explosive day at the plate for the Cougars, and the Muskies have had a hard time combating that. We've seen a handful of home runs, mostly from the Cougars, but the Muskies put up a 3-run homer onto Division Street in the top of the 4th to get a little bit of momentum going here, but CUC doing what they can to close that out, as Brandon Mahler thought that was strike number 3, but home plate umpire says, think again, son. Sends that one in for ball number 2. 2-2 count here. Hickey gets set. He delivers. That one misses low and away for ball 3. Full count here. Hickey trying to pick up out number 2. And that's going to miss just outside for ball 4. First walk of the day for Blake Hickey. Puts a base runner on for the Muskies and hands things over to Charlie Spahn.
Catcher number 36.
Spahn 1 for 3 at the plate today. That's only Hickey's 3rd walk this season. First pitch to Spahn, delivered outside for ball number 1. Game 1 of 2 here today in River Forest. These two teams taking a look at a doubleheader, but that ball's going to be hit right up the middle too. It's going to bounce off of Hickey. Hickey is down on the field. That did not look good. Crater able to glove that ball off of Hickey and get the throw over. It's not in time, as the throw just barely missing, but that is going to give him a little bit of time to recover here, as coaching staff and athletic training staff making their way off the field. But a really good thing to see Hickey getting right back up and walking it off. But that ball was hard hit off the bat of Spahn. And that's going to put runners on first and second here for the Muskies. And Hickey getting a couple warm-up pitches here, get right back into it, make sure he's all right. But that is going to put runners on first and second, 1 out on the board. And Sean Gregorius
Number 25, Sean Gregorius.
up to the plate. Hickey delivers his first pitch in there for strike number 1. Oh, 1 count here. Runners on first and second. This ball put into play. Over, able to glove it is Sperando, but he can't get the throw over in time. And that's going to load the bases up for the Muskies. And Sobieski at the plate. Not what you want for the Cougars right now, as Sobieski responsible for a 3-run home run in the top of the 4th. And first pitch thrown to him misses low for ball 1. Sobieski, like I mentioned, a home run in the top of the 4th, so a bases loaded situation here is a really good spot for the Muskies to be in, but Hickey working his way through. He delivers that one in there for strike number 1. Sobieski swings through that one for strike number 2. 1-2 count here, bases loaded. CUC on top, 20-4. So the Muskies needing a lot of things to go their way to stay alive here in the top of the 7th. A base hit here scores at least 1. This one fouled off out of play. Sobieski keeping his at-bat alive. Hickey gets set here. He delivers, misses inside for ball number 2. Also playing the Muskies today is the CUC softball team. They're up taking on the Muskies up in Wisconsin. Concordia softball currently up 6-5 in the 6th inning. Meanwhile, here in River Forest, this is a bouncing ball over. Can the Cougs turn 2? They get 1. Can they get 2? They do! That's going to do it here for game number 1. A big-time double play is going to get that one secured for the Cougars with the big-time win. A monster outing for the Cougars. 4-20 victory in favor of the Cougars. I mean, just an electric outing for the Cougars. And the bats really were going, but you also can't diminish what they did in the field and on the mound. I mean, Dylan Scott going 6 innings, Blake Hickey coming in for 1 inning of relief and getting the job done. A great way to close this game, and overall just a favorable day for CUC. I mean, the wind not really existent here in River Forest. The way that those balls were carrying was just pure off the bat of the Cougars, and just quite literally having a great start to the day. It's a senior day celebration here, and we saw these CUC seniors really coming to life, and a great way to get the day started. 20-4 victory for the Cougars. That's going to give Dylan Scott his 4th win of the season, and CUC back in the win column here as game 2 getting ready to get going underway in about 30 minutes. We're going to have all of that right here on the Cougars Sports Network for you. But before I sign off, wanted to give a huge shout out to everybody that made today's production possible. Running the in-stadium PA is Hall of Famer Jim Egan. Operating scoreboard and pitch clock for us is Jalen Franklin. Operating camera and helping out with some production today is Jacob Garrison. And our 2 producers responsible for making today's broadcast what you see on your screens is the graduate assistant for athletic communications, Sydney Lloyd, and the assistant director for athletic communications, Corey Welch. I'm Kayla McLeod signing off here for game 1. But ladies and gentlemen, it's been a fun one for game 1. You're not going to want to miss game 2 coming up in about 30 minutes right here on the Cougar Sports Network.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's Concordia University Chicago Cougars Athletics broadcast. We hope to see you on campus very soon. If you would like to learn more about what Concordia Chicago has to offer, go to cuchicago.edu.